Top 10 Dumbest Darwin Awards Winners. Number 10. Superman, Stuporman. On October 4th, 2005, during the war in Iraq, Petty Officer of the U.S. Navy, Brandon Dilbert, decided to kill time, let's say, because if being in the war didn't kill time, I don't know what else will. Oh wait, Supermaning, which is exactly what Petty Officer Brandon Dilbert did to earn him this Darwin Award. Might I add, in a Sikorsky MH-53 naval helicopter. Supermaning is when someone, admittedly as stupid as Petty Officer Brandon Dilbert, constructs a makeshift harness using a safety belt or a cargo strap. And if that's not bad, you then have to lower your body out of the aircraft, then stretch your legs and an arm out horizontal, all while holding onto that makeshift strap. But obviously, Petty Officer Brandon Dilbert did not have the Superman strength, and that's why he crash-landed a spot onto this list. Number 9. Struck speechless. On September 12th, 2021, in Berkeley, California, two people with, let's just say, short tempers got into a car accident and decided to get out of the wrecked cars to argue it out. Right there. Right in the middle of the busy Interstate 80. At 1 a.m., the two people, being incredibly short-sighted and not turning around because they were too busy blaming each other for the accident, did not see an oncoming Mini Cooper and it collided with them. At least the driver had a front row seat to the live season premiere and unfortunate finale of The Blame. Number 8. As buried as the treasure. On March 17th, 2020, in the state of Colorado, 58-year-old Michael Sexton read a book called The Thrill of the Chase by Forrest Fenn. In this book, Fenn himself claims he buried $2 million worth of gold, trinkets, and other artifacts in the Rocky Mountains, and that you have to figure out the clues in the book to find his bountiful booty. Although 350,000 others have dared to search for the lost treasure of Forrest Fenn and come up with nothing, Michael still decided to venture forward on a grand-ish adventure. Before he left, he got one of his colleagues to come with him, promising them some of that beautiful Fenn booty. The treasure, I mean. In February of 2020, they began their adventure, heading to Dinosaur National Monument on the Colorado-Utah border. They were both so certain that they would find that treasure and amount to their parents' love, that they only packed enough supplies for one day. Not even for camping, just for that one single day. Of course, they were completely wrong. Once nighttime hit, the two men were freezing, disoriented, starving, and had no doubts in their minds they were going to die. Luckily, a rescue crew found them and brought them home safe and sound. But was this enough to stop old Michael? Hell nah. On March 17th, I honestly don't know how he did this, but he convinced his colleague that this time would be different. That's what everyone says, right? Maybe this time things are looking up for them? No. They left with... I'm really disappointed. A few candy bars, 2 bottles of water, and the clothes on their back. On Friday the 20th, police had found Michael's abandoned truck with no signs of them anywhere. The next day, they found some snowmobiles the two men had rented, but stupidity had got the best of both of them, and they could see foot tracks, meaning the two men obviously got off their snowmobiles and continued on foot. The very same day, on Saturday, March 21st, Michael was found frozen to death and a colleague barely alive. The exact same spot the rescue team encountered them a month prior. Now that's ironic. Number 7. The Pinnacle of Stupidity. Warning. Number 7 contains videos and or pictures of a streamer fatally falling from Mount Fuji. If you cannot handle these sorts of things, please fast forward now. On October 28, 2019, in Japan, Japanese live streamer Tetsu decided to climb Mount Fuji in nothing but clothes suited for a typical October in Japan and 2 hiking poles. Clearly not a very good start to this trip, but just wait. Halfway up the Shibashiri Trail, sorry if I botched that everybody, Tetsu said to his viewers, I quote, "Numb hands, numbrain, which he immediately follows with I'm slipping in a panicking tone. As you'll see in the video, he begins to slide down the slope, yelling for his life. His body was found by a search and rescue crew almost 1,000 meters or 3,280 feet from where he originally fell. Number 6. Booze Cruise Loser. In the state of Massachusetts, a booze cruise led to the death of 21-year-old Aaron DeBella. Sorry if I botched that, guys. Okay, not exactly. I'm guessing being a lightweight led to that. On September 18th, 2018, Aaron thought it would be smart to drunkenly do handstands on the ship's railing, even after the rail crew had stopped him once before. He had snuck back thinking he was an invincible acrobat. I mean, a gym is like a boat, right? Well, Aaron thought so too, and decided to try and do vertical push-ups on the railing. Unfortunately, his hand slipped, causing him to cannon fall into the waters below, drowning almost instantly. Coast Guard spokesperson Nicole Grohl said, I quote, "We launched all assets, and 3 hours later, to little avail, his body was found by divers." Number 5. Dead on Valentine's Day. On December 19th, 2017, the craziest and also one of the dumbest 19-year-old boys and his, I guess now ex-girlfriend, were walking down the Havel River when all of a sudden he became frustrated. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because she didn't know the new Fortnite glitches, or maybe it was the heat of the moment, but he pushed her into the icy river. Not done with his frustration, he jumped in and continued pushing her head underwater. She eventually got free of his grasp, and her being able to swim made it to the shore and was fine, though a little cold and obviously now looking for a new boyfriend. The 19-year-old boyfriend, on the other hand, couldn't swim, so he sank. The river police were able to pull him from the river and rush him to the hospital, where the doctors then declared that he was in a coma. The now ex-girlfriend put a warrant out for his arrest for attempt homicide with low motives. I guess justice was served in a terrible twist of fate anyway, because on Valentine's Day afternoon, 2018, the brain damage was too severe and he succumbed to his self-inflicted injuries. Number 4. Maine man offed by booby trap. Does anyone else remember those movies, or if you're a kid like me, you actually tied some floss to your tooth and then to a doorknob and then slammed the door shut and pop, out comes a tooth covered in blood? Well, so did this 65-year-old man from Maine. His name is Ronald Sear. Sorry if I botched his last name. And Ronnie remembered that his dad told him when he was a kid, I quote, "When I slam this door, that tooth will come shooting out like a bullet." Well, that's exactly what he based a doorknob booby trap gun off of. It was only supposed to set off when unauthorized personnel flipped the hatch. Unfortunately, the DIY genius was the victim of his own creation. Number 3. The missionary position. On November 14th, 2018, self-proclaimed, like yours truly, world explorer John Allen Show, according to BBC News and Dalhi, I quote, he bribed 6 fishermen to ferry him to the off-limits North Sentinel Island to offer the tribe's people gifts of scissors, a soccer ball, and Jesus. John also wrote in a letter to his family, I quote, "The eternal life of this tribe is at hand." John was approaching on kayak when the Sentinelese began to rain arrows on him. Luckily, none hit him, but that didn't frighten him or even hint at him that he wasn't welcomed. So once he hit shore, he began greeting the tribe, who really didn't care for anything he had to say, or understand for that matter. The last he was seen, the tribe tied a rope around his neck and began dragging him away into the jungle. I guess they did try and warn him though, right? No? Moving on. Number 2. Killer whalebone. Not a killer whale bone. On November 6, 1816, one of the founding fathers of the United States, Governor Morris, suffered from bladder stones. Apparently he didn't realize 2 very important facts. Number 1, doctors can sometimes do more good than bones, I mean harm. And number 2, the flexible catheter had been invented by Benjamin Franklin in 1752. But I guess he didn't know this, because that day he was found dead with a whalebone stuck up his urethra to clear the blockage. Usually people debone their chickens. Guess he didn't get the hint. And now, our number 1 jato rocket car. In 1996, an unknown man, you will know why in a moment, had somehow gotten his hands on a jato unit, or jet assisted takeoff unit, and I guess welded it to their 1967 Chevy Impala. I wouldn't know how to do that, I'm not a mechanic. Anyway, on the Arizona highway, he decided to take it for a fatally spectacular joyride. According to the officers on scene, I quote, "They ignited the jato unit around 3.9 miles from where they had crashed, which was established based off the melted asphalt. The vehicle then quickly reached a speed of 250 to 300 miles per hour for 20 to 25 seconds and remained on the straight highway for almost 2.6 miles or 15 to 20 seconds before they finally tried the brakes, completely melting them and blowing the tires, causing the driver to lose control and crash, causing an enormous explosion. The only remains found of the driver were some bone, teeth, and a little bit of hair. Ironic enough, the police retrieved a bumper sticker from the wreck that read, I quote, 'How do you like my driving? Dial 1-800-EAT-MY-SHIT.' Alright everyone, those are our top 10 dumbest Darwin Award winners. Have you heard of a better, or well, dumber Darwin Awards winner that should have been on this list? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys want another part to this, hit that like button and comment down below. Or if you have any topics, send them our way in the comments. We would love to hear them. Until next video or podcast, peace out everybody.